Hello, this is Ian Henry of Auto Analysis. Welcome to the June 2014 edition of the European Car and Light Commercial Vehicle Production Outlook from the SMMT. First, a quick look back at 2013. We saw production in 2013 across Europe, including Russia, at about 18.56 million, a modest rise of 2% over 2012. It's a similar rise of about 2% over 2012 for European production without Russia, which reached 17 million. Last year, European production rose on the back of strong UK demand, the start of recovery in a number of other markets, and continued successful selling of premium brand models outside of Europe. We also saw quite a lot of restructuring, with 2 plant closures, Ford Southampton and PSA Alnay closing. Ford Genk will close this year, and Opel Bochum will close soon after. There's also rebalancing of capacity at PSA, with cutbacks at Brand and Sochaux, and several Fiat plants from temporary shutdown and reduced output. But we also saw production rise at a number of recently opened or expanded plants, Audi and Mercedes in Hungary, for example, and Renault Dacia in Morocco. In the UK in 2013 and indeed 2014, we've seen a largely positive sales story with strong retail demand and consumer confidence, despite the general economic uncertainty. 2013 saw production of about 1.57 million cars and LCVs, which is a rise of about 1.2% over 2012. This was underpinned by strong growth at Toyota and at Jaguar Land Rover, but last year saw a decline in production at Mini as preparations were made to switch to the new model. There also falls production at Honda, GM and Nissan, in Nissan's case ahead of the new Qashqai. And as noted before, Ford Southampton closed last year. We project UK production at 1.63 million for 2014, with output boosted by full year production of the new Mini and the launch of the new Qashqai, but has also been tempered by the slowdown at Honda and end-of-life volumes for Astra and Avensis. In terms of our expectations for 2014, we expect the recovery to continue throughout the year, with pent-up demand returning, boosted by several new model launches. We have a generally positive outlook for medium-term production across Europe. Including Russia, we see production this year at about 20.1 million, but without Russia at about 18.6 million, with production growth spread widely, including Czech Republic, France, Germany, Hungary, Spain, Turkey and the UK. There's further restructuring and realignment amongst the vehicle manufacturers taking place this year. We've already seen Fiat taking control of Chrysler and announcing a new strategy in May, and in February we also saw the confirmation of investment in PSA by the French government and Dongfeng of China. The French government officially will oppose any more PSA plant closures in France, although we expect there to be further cutbacks in France at PSA, and both PSA and Renault continue to shift production eastwards. Looking at the situation beyond 2014, we see production, including Russia, at about 22.3 million by 2016 and 23.6 million by 2018. Excluding Russia, core production in Europe will be around 90 million in 2015, 20 million in 2016, and over 21 million by 2018. Germany will remain the powerhouse of European production, with production approaching 6 million units a year, although we should note that Germany could well lose some Fiesta production to Romania. Audi's Q models could make up for this decline, although decisions about where all of these new models are going to be made has yet to be confirmed. UK car production now exceeds that of France. France, although actually produces rather more vans than the UK. This pattern will continue. The role of the many vehicle companies with factories in Spain and recent significant investment there means that Spain is likely to be the second-ranked European producing country in the medium term, with production likely to exceed 2.5 million consistently from 2016 onwards. This chart shows the picture looking at all the vehicle manufacturers together, visually demonstrating what we described on the previous slide. And here we see production excluding Russia for Europe by country. What this also shows is that by 2016, when production is back to 20 million, this is when we expect European production to be back to what we would call normal levels. All that, of course, assumes there's no major collapse in home and export markets at this time. This chart shows the relative position of the major European producing countries, and it clearly shows the importance of Germany vis-à-vis the others. We can also see the rise of Russia, which will produce roughly the same amount of vehicles as in Spain, and we can see that the UK is now on the way to exceeding France by a long way. As we've indicated, the UK and France will battle it out for third place behind Germany and Spain. Germany's position as leader is clear. Within the EU, Spain is and will remain the second largest producing country, and this reflects the investment there and the commitment of the major vehicle manufacturers, with all of the following: Ford, GM, PSA, Renault, Nissan and Volkswagen all increasing investment in Spain in the last couple of years. There is a national objective within Spain actually to reach 3 million vehicles annual production, or whether this is achievable remains to be seen. The position with regard to the UK and France will be determined by new model times from JLR in particular, and also the degree to which Renault and PSA plants can meet the production targets set in these companies' labour agreements, especially given the eastward shift at the vehicle companies in France. The rise of Turkey to 1.4 million roughly reflects continued expansion at Tofaş and the concentration of Ford's van production in Turkey. Czech Republic production will be above 1.2 million. Slovakia will actually get to over 1 million once the new PSA models come on stream there. And Italy and Poland will remain in the region of 750,000 units a year each, and that how much that each country makes will depend on the model allocation decisions by Fiat. What does all this mean for UK-based suppliers? Well, we have rising UK production, which should certainly mean significant potential for UK suppliers to win new business. And here we list a number of the new major sourcing opportunities. I'd like to draw attention in particular to the engine situation in the UK. The full report, which is available on the SMMT website, explains more about the expanding engine production in the UK, particularly the engine production at BMW Hams Hall and the new Jaguar Land Rover plant, and indeed the concentration of VW's W12 engine production in the UK at Bentley, all of which means significant opportunities should exist for UK suppliers. Once again, thank you for listening, and we hope you found this presentation informative and helpful. Details of how to access the full report are now being shown on the screen. Until next time, I wish you a good summer, and we'll speak in the autumn. Goodbye.